Welcome, Pisces, to your June 2020 reading. If this is the first time that you've tuned into my channel, you get to ask a free question. And so all you have to do is click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Or if you don't want to keep it in the public forum, you can email me at my email address, which is also below, and I'll be happy to answer your question privately. Also, this month I'm offering extended readings on the one you see here. So that goes into a little bit more depth. I pull out some extra cards. It's roughly 20 minutes and you can purchase it for $10. So just email me that. Email me as well if you're interested in that. And I also do private readings. So if you would like a private reading from me, please again, email me and I will give you all the details about how we can go about doing that. And if you're into jewelry, check out my website kazana.com.au. I have some lovely crystal pieces there. They're all one-off pieces made by an Australian designer in Australia, and they're all one-off pieces, and the meanings of those crystals are also in that website. So if you're into that, check those out as well. But let's get into your June reading. So June, wow, I can see that you guys are absolutely busy, busy, busy in June. You are absolutely flat out, and it's you're literally filled to the brim with things to do, whether it's work, and I do feel like this does relate to work a lot, but it is also a personal thing as well. It seems like perhaps you've been very quiet, and I mean, I guess that is expected due to this whole COVID-19 situation. You might be in lockdown, or you might be working from home, or it's just been very quiet, but that is about to end, and the slow times are gone, and you are just going to be coming back with a vengeance. And it's also, I'm feeling like it's actually going to be a really welcome change for you. I feel like getting back into the swing of things is actually, you're going to be feeling a little bit sort of rushed about things, but I feel like you're really happy to have that much activity back in your life and running here and running there and doing that sort of stuff. And there is a little bit of stress associated with it, but I do feel like it is stress that's coming from sort of positive things. It's pushing you in a good way. So there's going to be lots of emails, lots of messages, lots of phone calls, and they're all coming in and really, really making you busy. But I am feeling like you are going to be enjoying that as well. Now, I see you've got the star there, and that's just such a lovely card to have. And it's a card of hope and pure faith and true understanding. And it indicates that your choices have been such that you can sort of begin to make long-term plans again. Those sorts of things are coming back into play, and your life is sort of getting back to a sense of normalcy and also a sense of purpose as well. And you're going to be able to see that there is an abundant future in reach for you, and it just needs you to have a little bit of faith. Sort of, make a wish type. The star is a kind of a make a wish type card, and I really feel like now is the time where your long-term plans are really going to be coming to fruition. And so make a wish on what you want to happen, and I really see that coming together for you in June. It's certainly going to be commencing. Now, you have the King of Swords there. Now, the King of Swords is sort of it talks about someone that is around you that might need a little bit of your experience or your counsel, and it also represents an opportunity to get the assistance that you need, or help out of those around you. And, you know, I feel like you're going to actually be feeling confident to speak your truth, knowing that others will benefit from your insight. You've really got a lot to be offering in June, and, you know, there's going to be sort of your wisdom and is going to sort of bring about a sense of balance, and it is also going to help you overcome anything and achieve the desires that you really want. Now, the King of Swords can also represent a person, and this is a brilliant communicator. This is someone who's an excellent communicator, someone who's really good at mediating in disputes if you do have any conflict or anything in your life, and they're a really level-headed person. And, you know, if you need advice about anything intellectual or career related or logical, this person is definitely someone you can rely on to give you the answer that you need. But the problem with this person is that emotionally they are very distant, and they're not really able to connect on a heart-to-heart basis. So if this is someone that you've met in your life that you're thinking of starting a relationship with, it's probably not someone who is going to be that deeply emotional type person. I mean, they're absolutely willing to commit to a relationship, but they kind of treat their relationships like they do a business partner. They don't really have that deep emotional connection that they do in their relationships, in their personal relationships, that, you know, perhaps a Pisces might be needing. They're more on that intellectual level. But as I said, they are a very great person to give you advice or counsel to do with your work. And this is normally I would read this card as a Gemini, but it can be any air sign, so a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. Now, I feel like in June you are just smashing it in terms of your work. You've just really been doing such a great job, and you've got quite a lot of victories along the way, and you've made a lot of great strides in your work journey, and I think that you're going to be recognized for that. And, you know, there's going to be a bit of celebration regarding all that great work that you've been putting in, and yeah, I just feel like you've also getting some information that will make you really, really happy. You could potentially get an award or get a promotion, or perhaps even that. Yeah, you could finally sort of just be getting to that level where you're wanting to be getting, and if that makes any sense. But you're really, you know, you're really recognized for your accomplishments, and I feel like it's time for you to be doing some self-promoting too. So if you're in the media, or you have your own personal business or something like that, it's time to start promoting yourself and getting out there in the media and really putting some energy and effort into those sorts of things. Now, you've got the moon there as well. Now, the moon is a card of, it's sort of intuitive insights, and they can provide clarity as well, the messages that you can be getting. But the moon can also perhaps talk about some, it can bring up some issues that your subconscious is trying to tell you. And, so you need to kind of be asking yourself, what is it that I need to know? Could there be more going on here than meets the eye? And sometimes the moon, you know, can reflect something that's revealed. There's something that's revealed, not being revealed to you. You don't have all of the full information when the moon card comes there, and I feel like this is giving you a little bit of stress and a little bit of worries, some sleepless nights. But I I see that there's kind of nothing really to worry about because you've got some really fast action happening, and you are going to be able to, um, it's fast moving energy, and it feels like your life's perhaps moving slowly or not at all, but there is this information that you don't quite fully know yet. And it's like you've got the Knight of Swords. So when that Knight of Swords shows up, it's like stepping into a whirlwind. And I feel like that is the theme of June. You are just going to be flowing on a high, and just movement and messages, and as I said, busy, busy, busy. That's definitely, um, you know, there's definitely a lot of action that's going to be happening. And it's also, when you've got the moon there and the Knight of Swords, it's kind of not a time for making emotional choices. So you need to be really thinking logically and critically, and because the movement's going to be so swift in June, it's going to be difficult to think through your choices as well, which is going to make things a little bit difficult. But still try to ponder all of your alternatives and fully consider what it is that, what outcome it is that you need. But just remember that don't be too emotional about it. You will be required to make some decisions on the run, but I think there's going to be success there for you. It's all going to be really good, so don't stress too much about it. And wow, the Ace of Pentacles. What a great card. It's such a positive card, and it promises an inflow of abundance from the universe that's quite often unexpected. So while we sort of think of the word abundance, referring to finances or financial prosperity, that's not always the case with this card. Like, we could have an abundance of love, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of freedom, which kind of leads into your Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels card there. But it can show up in your life sometimes as, assistance that is needed from others. So, it can also mean a brilliant new idea might come to you, and it's going to allow you to move in a direction that you really want to go. And that is going to bring you abundance and rewards and recognition as well. And it just sort of talks about success overall, and this card can indicate, again, career advancement or a business contract, or even if you've been feeling unwell, this can talk about improved health. So overall in June, I just see this absolutely being a really wonderful month and quite successful for you as well. So I'm just going to read the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels card. And as I mentioned, it is freedom. So the angels guide you to freely express your true thoughts and feelings with love. You may feel trapped right now by life conditions. By drawing this card, the angels ask you to realize that you are the only jail keeper that ever surfaces in your own life. Whenever you realize that you have the power to be free, freedom follows. Everything you do in your life is by choice, and you are free to choose again. Even prisoners are free to choose their thoughts so that they feel peace and happiness under any conditions. The next time you begin a sentence with the words, I have to, please stop. Ask God and the angels to show you some alternatives. They will either help you complete the task from a loving mindset so that you don't feel trapped, or they will guide you to do something else that you will love. And that's just such a beautiful message as well. You know, who doesn't want to be free? And, you know, I think we often do tend to feel trapped, and that, as that card said, we are actually the ones that are the prison keepers. You know, we have the power to release ourselves and set ourselves free. So I do feel that is happening for you in June. So have a wonderful month, beautiful Pisces. Bye. Love you.